Right.
sugar receiving bay, which
Yep.
is now Bodine's flour receiving bay.
Yep.
The building to the right of that, of course, is Norium's first building here in
But there
town.
was none of these.
From
On this
there,
whole
from
page.
there on, there's nothing else. It was-
This whole page
existed.
was,
It was farm field.
well, you know, corn or beans, one of the two.
Yep.
And that's, you know, when we got the rail, we've got other things in there, I just think, and I mean, not just me, but there's a whole lot of people, I mean, that was sat there the whole time too, and that's a pretty amazing piece of paper for them, so.
We've been very fortunate, very successful, and once again, you know, the council has always been very business-friendly, very supportive, which has made a huge difference, and then the folks that have served on the LBIC continue with that, so I want to
It's
thank
a
all
little
of them.
tough to get the ground at shovel-ready level, or shovel-ready, is that what?
Shovel-ready is what they like to say, yes.
Yeah, and because shovel-ready for us is not shovel-ready for any business that drives in, so.
For those of you who were around, you probably remember when Bodine's first came to
Yes.
town, I think we had a 20-foot cliff to get back to where he wanted to put his building to get on REC territory. So,
And Dean came in and said, you gotta get rid of this for nothing, and I said, we don't get rid of nothing for nothing. And that was the start of a relationship, right?
that's it, yeah, it was. It still remains today, I'm happy to say. But that is noteworthy that we have never given land away,
No,
even in competing with other
that's-
businesses.
That's something that maybe some people around or on TV don't get. We've had a number of people on this list that thought since we're bringing in the building, we should get the land, we should get the water, we should get everything for free. And we've resisted. Sometimes resisted when other people want to give land away. And then when they figured out that if we gave it away to this guy, we'd have to charge him more in tax to get it back from the next guy, then he started figuring out that maybe that's not the way to do it. And I don't know if we were sure it was gonna work when we started it, but it sure is working now very good.
I agree. Thank you.
Talking about shovel-ready, we've been good at hauling dirt.
We moved a lot of dirt, no doubt.
Thanks, Dale.
Thanks a lot, Neil. Good job. Mary?
Mary Reynolds, Main Street Manager for the Lamarche Chamber of Commerce. It has been since 1995 that Main Street became affiliated with our chamber. That's 26 years of work. And in the downtown statistics, I think the thing to note is that over $15 million has been done, whether it be the ice cream parlor, the event center, of improvements to that about 12 block area. And we've had over $7 million in acquisition of property or building from scratch. The downtown facade restoration program has been, I've overseen it for 12 years, has been very successful. And we have had that money that you have given us as a council since 2004. It's $319,000, $394. And since it's a 50-50 grant match, that means that over $638,789 has been invested in the fronts of buildings in downtown Lamarche. Alley Art is a private project or public art project that has never asked for funds from any business or corporation, and we have done 9 alleys, 42 buildings, and the alleys have artwork and or murals, and we raised over $48,000. 115 artists have put paint on those walls, and a lot of visitors have driven the alleys to look at that art. We still have a need of about, we think, 30,000, but as when we get money, we do another piece of art, so that's how that project goes. Economic impact in regards to the Open for Business grant, and that is a grant that helps businesses located in the Main Street District to be able to buy products to improve their store. This is not for anything brick and mortar. This is not for those type of projects. This is to buy computers, advertising, web design, actual products to sell in their stores. And we have been able to raise 28,000, or they can win up to 28,000, 18,500 for Brown. We came in second in the state of Iowa competition. And then Get Branded won 14,500, and they tied for third. So this will be the 5th year we're trying, and it has had immense help for those businesses. And this year the competitor is Sugar and Spice. She will be looking at adding a whole new store. So we hope she is successful with that grant opportunity. The challenge grant, that's our biggest success story. We pretty much get teased by other communities because we have been so successful and always win. And we did write the #1 grant just a few years ago in the state of Iowa. We have funded 6 projects, and this is major work on first, second floors. This has to do with the bricks, the mortar, the windows. American Legion, I saw a picture of it this morning, and I don't know if you remember how bad that was. And that was what started us, is that we felt our veterans needed a nice facility. Mike was part of that. Beauty College, that we did over $59,000 worth of work, and $90,000 of that was in replacement of windows. Opened them up, put in good windows, and that building now is worth a lot of money. So we did a lot of good work for that one. Clausen's has 2 lofts on the second floor, drawing around $800 to $1,000 per unit, and over $179,500 on that project. Brown's is a bed and breakfast, and they are actually expanding into the second building next door to them with more units. So a wonderful project there. One Office Solution has 4 second floor housings existing on their second floor, and they are high-end units and all rented. And the current one is Hotop Jewelry. That will be 1 large apartment on the second floor, high-end, and $159,000. So we are very grateful to you for the support that you have given us, because you have always come in with approximately half of that match. So an average project gets $112,500 in grant money to assist them with this work. And we will be having a competition on March 25th for the person that will be the candidate for this year. And Steve Wick and Jason Becerra serve on that group. So through those 6 projects, we've done $1,267,000. Challenge grant brought in $405,000 of that, and you guys have contributed $190,000. So the private investment that was put into that is $662,000 to our downtown from people, and before we really weren't doing a whole lot of work. And the last thing I want to bring up in my report is taxation valuation. If you look at 2013 and 2014, we have had growth other than 2008. We're looking at between $124,000 to $136,000 in taxable income coming in because of buildings and properties in downtown. And the next valuation will occur in 2024. And I did visit with the assessor, and there will be some increases to be seen because of all the buildings that we've done, the facades that have been done. But one thing that we're lucky is that they do take an obsolescence into that. And our buildings are so old, many of them are over 100 years old. So we do appreciate that. But the value of a building downtown now, in many of these, is at least $200,000. So it's going to make it harder to sell your building possibly, but the good thing about that is that they have got income coming off that second floor. So I think we've done a great job, in my opinion. I hope you feel the same way. We will continue to work the grants that are available to us, and we thank you very much again for that facade money, and we will continue to approve that through the design committee and put it to good use. Do you have any questions?
Questions for Mary?
Thank you very much.
Mary, I just want to share that you put a great deal of effort in, I know, right on for the last 12 years. And
thank you.
You've done a tremendous job, and the evidence is right here.
thanks.
presented today.
We've got a lot of great people.
And it takes a team effort, but that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, got one individual here. Mike, I don't mean to throw you on the program here in the spur of the moment, but your report last month, you got called out and didn't give us a report. I don't expect a report, but you want to bring the council up to date of how things are going? Just a couple minutes.
Please throw me in the spot.
I know you don't mean to throw me in your spot, but okay,
No.
here I am.
Mike, just wing it.
Okay, a little bit of an update on the ambulance service. Currently, we're at 20-member staff. Our call numbers were slightly up over the last calendar year, some of that being contributed to the COVID, obviously. We had a 3-month period where our numbers were down quite a bit. But then again, we also had a rebound shortly after that was probably more. We're running about 100 calls a month, which I'm going to say is about 5 to 10 calls a month over what we were doing before. So we're on an uptick. We're doing more transfers. Revenue's been up. There's some reasons for that, doing the transfers. GMT also is part of that. So overall, our numbers are up. We're continuing to do more. We've done a lot of changes working with the hospital. Have been good changes for the service, and we continue to move forward.
Okay,
That's in a short nutshell there.
that's good.
Thank you.
Good job, Mike.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Keep up the good work.
You bet. Thank you.
Okay, winding down, I just have one announcement to make that I'd like to share with everybody, and that is that intentions are that I'm not going to be running for council or for mayor this next year. I want to assure everybody that I'm going to fill out my term till December 31st, and I felt I owed it to the citizens of Lamar's to notify them early enough so that the one who wants to come in and take this seat has got plenty of time to think about it and organize it, and who it is. And so I just want to make sure that they have the opportunity to do that and give them plenty of time to do it. I think you've seen today through the reports and the progress and everything what this town has done. I got to share with you that we're living in a great town for this size. I've said this time and time again. And we got a lot to be thankful for. You know, I remember back 12 years ago when I first became mayor, I had an entrepreneur come to me one time and he said, I come in here, I knew nothing about government, still don't today. But I knew nothing about government, but the comment that he made to me, I never forgot. He said, you know, if you want to be successful in business, or you want to be, what's the matter, Ben? You want to be successful in government, it takes the 3 Ps. It's called private-public partnership. And I got to thinking about that. And you know why that's successful? Because everybody's got a little skin in the game when it comes to money. And I tell you, I've watched that over the last 12 years. And I don't care that those 3 Ps work. I don't care that we're bringing in industries, or we're bringing in housing, or whatever we're doing. That program has been working. The other thing that I've noticed over the last 12 years is the fact whoever comes in and sits in this seat, I think you're going to find that there's, within our own teamwork here, or our own supervisors and our administration people, there's a couple things. One is teamwork, 2 is communications, and 3 is accountability. I used to say follow through, I didn't like that. Accountability, that's getting the job done. And those are 3 things, you know, all the while I was here, I've been in places before in jobs that, that's not my job. That's not my job, you've all heard that. We don't hear that here in the Mars, between workers within the organization. That is worth a lot, it really is. And there's another thing that makes this town probably more successful than anything else, and it's called volunteers. this town would not be where it's at today. It wouldn't be for the people, the volunteers that step up when needed. I don't care how big the project is or how small it is. The volunteers help make this town by all means. And so anyway, I think that those are some of the things that I can assure you this, the town has got a lot of opportunities ahead of what they want. It's out there. It's a matter of who get them, how to get them. And with that in mind, I want to particularly thank all the residents. I had to run every 2 years. And all the residents and citizens in this town that had the confidence in me to vote for me every 2 years for 6 terms. I also want to thank our council members here. They've been a big part of where this town's at today. I want to thank them. With that in mind, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'll be around until December 31st.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.